Through some basic mobility drills that I generally do with a lot of the patients and clients that I work with. These are all designed simply to move your the joints through their various ranges of motion to improve joint recovery and decrease chronic pain and improve mobility throughout the day and functional strength and flexibility throughout one's lifetime. So regardless of who you are, how old you are, and in most cases how hurt you are and how tense you are, to some degree some of these may always benefit you, and it's always a good thing to do these early in the morning to get the body moving and ready for the day. This may take about 10 minutes, but I think we all have the time and certainly can prioritize 10 extra minutes of our lives in the morning to make our days a lot less stressful and a lot less painful, all right, as we go on about our daily lives. So the body tends to learn, more specifically the nervous system tends to learn from the top down and from the outside in. So we're going to start with movement at the top joint, i.e. the neck. All right, first thing you always want to do is stand tall, all right, good posture. All right, there's a string attached to the top of your head and it's pulling you up and back so that your chest is high, your head's up and back over top of your shoulders, your shoulders over top of your hips are over top of your heels, your knees are bent slightly, your feet are pointed forward just as correctly as they should be underneath of your hips. All right, and we start with simple neck movement. We break up the various neck ranges of motion. All right, so we start with flexion and extension. All right, standing tall. This should be a very deliberate movement forward and back, stretching on one side of the joint, contraction on its opposing side. All right, do 3 to 5 times of everything. If you're feeling particularly tight, do a little bit more. All right, we then go to rotation along the y-axis, leading with the cheekbone. Move to lateral flexion, ear to shoulder. Again, stand tall. Make sure you're not slouching forward. Knees are slightly bent. All right, translation. And then big, slow, deliberate rotation. A lot of times you hear that you shouldn't do circles at the neck. If you know anything about anatomy, the joint, the atlas, and the axis of the neck are meant to do this under normal circumstances. Not under high velocities necessarily, but certainly under control. Your risk of injury is extremely low. If you do have any subsequent injuries throughout your body, certainly discuss that with a health professional, your doctor, before you engage in any of these activities. All right, we did the neck. Now we move on to the shoulders, the adjacent joint. Do shoulder rolls. Shoulder and shoulder blade are rolling. So from the side, see me standing tall, and I'm making as big a circle as I possibly can forward, and I'm going to go backwards. And then we got the shoulder, the whole arm moving after we do the shoulder girdle. So start simple. Small circles out to the side, gradually increasing the size of those circles. Do the same thing backwards. Then we change where we're making these circles. Then we have our arms up high, a couple circles to the left, a couple circles to the right, moving in the shoulder capsule. Alright, turn one shoulder slightly to the side so now your arm doesn't hit your body, and move the arm across the body along what we call the frontal plane. Just the other side. My hips are square, my upper body, my torso is rotated slightly so that my arm doesn't run into my body. That's all. That's the only reason why you turn a little bit. Then you want to get circles down low so you get your hip out of the way. Keep your back straight. Imagine your arm is a ladle, you're stirring a pot. Now when I say keep your back straight, and I'll show you with my left arm here what I'm talking about. If I turn to the side, anytime I bend over at the hip. Alright? Push my butt back. Keep my spine arched. If you bend over like this is incorrect. Okay? I want to stick the butt out, have the knees slightly bent, spine is extended. We draw our circles down low, stirring that pot. And then, again, get back to our original position like a sprinter. Alright, 90-degree angle at the elbow. Pumping at the shoulder. Standing tall. So from the side, I'm moving here. Not this. Not this. Here. This is a really good drill in and of itself for anyone who has to learn proper running mechanics and sprinting. Track athletes, soccer players. Alright, when I go across the body, notice my left arm is on top of the right arm. Do a couple that direction, then switch arms. So now my right is on top of my left. Alright, now we go down to the spinal column. So we're working from the top down. Alright, so we're going to do extension, head stays attached to the upper body, flexion. Rotate our arms externally as we do the extension, flexion of the spine, rotate our palms back. We want to do lateral movement. Okay? Just lateral flexion of the spine. I like to add in some shoulder and arm motion once I do the spine alone. Then I got shoulder shrugging. You can also, if you're more advanced, bring the arm over. Make sure your stomach is tight, your glutes are tight, and you are only moving left and right. Again, it's like a string is attached to your head and pulling you to the right, pulling you to the left, elongating your spine. Don't get in the habit of just leaning just to the left and right. Okay? Elongate the spine, butt tight, stomach tight, elongate the spine. Alright? Now, we go into the hip movement. So we go back to what we were doing.